All right, we are live on StreamYard, and the YouTube is started too, so we're good. All right, and anyway, let me get welcome to Rick's Life as I See It on this beautiful, hot, and muggy Wednesday evening here in. I like adding this part, Southern Indiana, because we are different to the rest of Indiana. We've got rolling hills here. We're not flat, you know, and we're 91 degrees at 7 o'clock at night. You know, it's amazing. But anyway, it's going to be in the mid to high 90s for the next 7 days here. We're in that heat wave they're talking about. But good news is, if you guys remember, my AC went down over the July 4th weekend, and they came on the following Monday, and they couldn't fix it because they needed parts. So they put window units in. Well, they actually came back, what's today? Wednesday? I think it was, I'm trying to think when it was. It was either Monday or Friday. I can't remember. One of those. Anyway, they fixed the AC. So the actual central air is back up and running. So there we go. And what else was I going to mention? Oh, yes. I haven't heard any more from them yet on the plumbing sewer fiasco. Since I got the thing from them telling me that I'm going to have to pay for it. So we'll see where that goes. And I also checked on the where they added that as an amendment to my lease, and I never signed anything or initialed anything. But here in Indiana, from what I can find out, and I talked to people who I talked to a couple of buddies I know. I didn't talk to a lawyer, okay? So, but I talked to a couple of buddies I know that rent properties, and I happened to mention it to them, and they go, and they think it's pretty poor of the landlord to do that to me. But they did say, I asked about the amendment, and they say they gave it to me in June. For argument's sake, they gave it to me 2 years ago. But just for this story, they gave it to me this past June. I paid my July rent. That means I agreed with it. Does that make sense? So that's what they're that's what I've found so far. So anyway, so that's where we're at. So anyway, let me introduce my panelists right now, and from that state that's behind enemy lines, New York Outcast. How you doing?
Doing all right. Glad you got your AC back. I still disagree with the information you've gotten because I don't believe it's legal without you signing or something. So I can understand what they're trying to say. You didn't contest it, but from my recollection, even if they put that in the form, it doesn't necessarily make it legal. But I don't even recall them saying, you have so long to contest this or, inquire or something. So I don't know. I think it sounds fishy to me. I mean, you can't just keep changing agreed upon paperwork. I mean,
Yeah. I agree with you. And be honest with you, if they finally give me a bill or whatever and say you owe us X amount of dollars, then I might actually call a lawyer out, one of those that will either pay for an hour's consultation or give you a free one or whatever, and ask them to get the legal side of it, just to see where I stand. That's about all I can do. But here's my next thing. I don't know if I mentioned it when I talked to you guys last. They're going on about, grease and shit down in the sewer and shit. But my sink has a garbage disposal in it. You know what I'm saying? So that, where does that stuff go when you wash it down the sink? Does it go into that, or does it go to a separate thing altogether?
No, it typically goes right into your normal drain. So,
Oh, okay.
Ground up. You're supposed to run water at the same time,
Yeah.
and it gets ground up and flushed down with your normal plumbing. So, but again, you're still not supposed to dump grease in that as well. Obviously, you may have some greasy foods or something, but dumping a pan of grease or anything down your drain is never recommended. Not saying people don't do it, but it's not wise to, because it does create problems long term.
Okay.
So,
here's a question. You say it goes down into the normal drain or whatever, but when that thing broke and it flooded or backed up, they told us not to take any showers. Keep the water at a minimum. So doesn't that mean that water goes into there too?
Yeah, all your drains should go to basically out the same way. So obviously a shower is going to consume more water because you have running water consistently for a longer period of time. But all that should go out, through your sewage system. So
okay, but where I was getting at, not so much the grease, but how can they say, right, that the next door has a garbage disposal too, right? Where I'm going with this is, how about all the people in the 6 years I've been here, unless they've done it, why I have not been here, but I'm here all the time, except for a couple hours, 2 or 3 hours a day, right? They've never been out here and pumped that thing before. So how do we know all this grease and shit and stuff built didn't come from the tenant before me 6 years ago? Or next door, they've had 4 people since living in there since I've been here. How can they say it's all on me? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, people can accuse anything of anybody, technically. I mean, it doesn't make it right or legitimate. So your line itself would have to be inspected. Obviously, preferably by a third party, not them. And use that as evidence.
I would have a good case.
Did brought that way, but again, they got to prove it. So when it comes to court, if they're bringing you in for something, they gotta be able to prove it.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, I said, there's no point in myself getting all worked up and frustrated over it until I know exactly what they're asking me and how much they think I'm going to pay. You know what I'm saying? So that's the way I look at it anyway. So that's that. Anyway, let's see. There's a handful of people in the chat. I say handful. There's 3 names showing, but I'm sure there's some lurkers in there. We got, first in was 2 Live Moo, then Gun Hobo, then Raphael's here. That's the only 3 I'm showing so far. But I'm sure there'll be more soon. But anyway, I really have no idea. I didn't make a list today. I don't know why. It didn't cross my mind, to be honest with you. I was messing around watching YouTube videos and shit, and it wasn't too a little while ago. I went, oh damn, I haven't written a list of questions or topics. So I'm gonna wing it, but I've done that before too. So there we go. Unless any of you got any topics you want to talk about. Oh, I tell you what I did do. Gun related. I don't know. I made my my bag for my rifle. I haven't finished it yet because I still got the thing there, but I got my bag that I can rest the not 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 the my stock on. So to help me hit that thing. So I made that the other day. I did lose some of the beads all over the floor because I wasn't smart, and I was trying to use a funnel, but the problem is the spout of the funnel wasn't going far enough down, so they were backing up and it was overflowing. But then I came up with a brilliant idea. An old floaty, right, that I had here. So I cut a piece off and I stuck that down inside the tube sock thing and poured it in through here and done the trick. Yeah. I thought that was pretty smart of me, actually. I was quite pleased with myself.
Oh, that pool noodle?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they got a lot of uses. Yeah, you can do a lot of different things with those. So
yeah.
Shit, I got those underneath my window ACs. You get a little gap, it fills the gap and seals it in. I don't have to worry about
actually, that's a good idea, actually.
Crazy ass squirrels or something coming in,
Yeah. Not only that is there would be good for I'm thinking about it, is like if for some reason it vibrates when it's on your window, in your window thing there, you can put that on the bottom and it will cushion it from vibrating, making a extra noise, I was just thinking about it because I had an AC when I was living in Rhode Island, that in the old window frame of that old house I lived in, it would sort of like it would vibrate and you could hear sort of like the window rattling. But I stuck some foam underneath it and it stopped it, and it was working. It worked great. So I'm saying that would do the same thing, really. Yeah, an old pool noodle has plenty of uses. So I'm trying to think. Well, I know why I had that in here. I had pieces of it about this long here and stuff because I cut them off, and a chair I had was with these. It didn't have removable arms, and the arms come around like this. And me being a big guy, it was kind of they rubbed my against my legs, so I put those on there to cushion it, where it didn't hurt my legs so much. It worked too. So there we go. See, there's many uses for those things. Yeah. I'm trying to think what else is new. Nothing really.
I was gonna say you could always beat your friends with them too. Pool noodles, stuff like that. So another use, smacking people.
Yes. Yeah. You're right. And they come in handy, and you can get them all in all colors too.
Yep. Just about any damn dollar store if you're in a jam and really need a pool noodle.
Yep. That's right. So there we go. Anyway, that's it. What else? I'm trying to think what else was been happening. Oh, I'm gonna have to re-zero the old scope on the 0308, the big old rifle there. I had it here, and I'm reading. I finally pulled out the instructions. Well, the instructions are, just two sides of a piece of paper. But I was watching some video on scopes, on the best way to use them and all this kind of shit. But where I was getting at is, I was teaching myself the how to use a MOA, minute of angle, and all that. Believe it or not, as easy as it is, I wasn't grasping it, but I finally figured it out. But where I was going with this is I'm looking at my scope, and when you pull it up and to turn it, it only goes up to 14. And I thought, well, that ain't much. But then I've done some research. My scope actually goes up to 15. It actually goes up to 30. It goes around twice. So you can adjust it up to 30 MOA. But then I was messing around with it, and I can't remember if I turned it back twice or I went past it a third time, because it doesn't stop on 0 when you get back to 0. But you can put it on to 0, but is it on 0? I don't know. So I'm gonna have to slide it in again, I guess, to find out if I'm on 0 or not. Because I'm not on 0, it won't hit the target, will it? Well, it might, but not where I had it. It's going to shoot either high or low. So
yeah,
that's
you got me a
dilemma
little
right now.
confused, but I think I know what you're saying.
Yeah,
A little confused, but
Look, I turned
obviously windage and elevation. So
I'm not. Yeah, but I was
30
talking
minutes.
about the elevation. All right, I turned it twice, right, to the 30. Then all I had to do was turn it twice back. Then I'll be back to where I started. But
Yeah.
I stopped in between to do something else. Then I turned it, and I couldn't remember it. Had I already turned it once already? So I turned it again. So I think I might have turned it 3 times. So I got back to 0, then I went past it again. Because it's 2 turns. It doesn't stop.
Well, you shouldn't necessarily have to turn. Now, are you talking about like your scope has like out to 30 times magnification?
No. I'm talking about the MOA dial, the elevation dial on top.
Okay.
Right? And I don't know if it's true or not. I read somewhere if you turn them too far, you couldn't make, because don't they work on springs or something on the inside? Couldn't you sort of like break whatever? Because all it's doing is moving it up and down inside, right? Could you go past it and break something?
But I don't know. I'm still confused. I don't know why you would be turning it that much, really. Anyway,
I was messing around with it.
What are you, a kid? You're just playing with buttons and knobs, or what? What the hell?
Basically, yeah.
Leave it alone.
Basically, that's what I was doing.
All right, yeah, you sheared yourself. Now
I was playing with it. I was playing with it to, understand the MOA, how it actually works. And I got messed up in my turns, so I don't know where I'm at right now. Oh yeah, you can, because when I dialed it in when I first got it, it actually was, I think originally it was on about 3 MOA, and it was true. It was hitting dead center. Where at 100 yards, it was shooting, was it 2 inches above or 2 inches below? I can't remember now, but that would line up for what I wanted, right? So what you do is you take the screw out the top, lift it off, and then put the lid back down where the zeros lined up with the dot on the thing, and that's your true 0. See, I did all that no problem, but now I don't know if it's on 0 or not right now. What I'm saying is it's showing 0, But if I turned it, okay, you turn it twice, we'll take it to 30 MOA. You turn it twice back the other way, it should be back on your 0. Well, I think I turned it 3 times. So God knows what I'm on. Did it actually go past 0? I mean, is there a minus? You understand what I'm saying? If you're on 0 and you click it to 1 MOA, if you click it back to 0 and you click it the other way to raise it up, I mean, you turn it one way, it goes up. You turn it the other way, it goes down. Correct? Right?
Yep.
Well, if I'm on 0, so where I'm going with this, I got it to 0, but then I went past 0. A whole revolution, I think. See, I don't know. I say because I was playing around with it. I got confused. So until I shoot it, I don't know if I'm back on dead 0 again like I was before, or I'm going to have to re-sight it in again. Which is not a problem.
You need to go with the locking knobs. That way you just lock it down, and then when you go to play with it, it won't turn, and you'll be like, "Oh, that's right, I'm not supposed to play with it."
Yeah, well, see, mine does. You pull it up to turn it, push it down to lock it, right? But you got to pull it up to turn it. It won't turn otherwise. So I pulled it up and turned it too many times. See? So hopefully I haven't broke it. But we'll find out when I go shoot it. So, it's just one of these things. Oh, but I did notice, that that company, I got it. It's an Amazon product, is what it is. But it wasn't. I mean, it wasn't dirt cheap, but it wasn't expensive either. I got it on sale and all kinds of shit. But I was looking today. My God, that company who makes those, I mean, they've gone up. They got, to me, I know scopes can be silly money. To me, buying a scope that costs more than your rifle, to me, is asinine. Maybe if I was, a long distance shooter, doing it, going into competitions and shit like that, I might say yes. But for me, I don't need that kind of scope. But where I was going with this is, so I wouldn't even pay $300 or $400 for a scope. For what I need. But where I'm going with this is, this company has got scopes that are getting up there, past $400. So, people say they're junk. Well, to me, $400 ain't junk. Now to some people who are rich,
just that something's priced at a certain point doesn't necessarily mean it represents quality.
no,
I'm not
it doesn't
saying
mean
they are or
it
they
doesn't
aren't.
mean it's junk either.
Right. I'm not saying that they are or they aren't. I'm just stating, because something's priced at a point doesn't, that doesn't really, you can't count on that as far as quality in some cases.
Well, I know
think
what
of
you're
a bunch
saying.
of examples where more expensive products are just as good, or in some cases worse than cheaper ones.
Yeah, I mean, there's some inexpensive ones that
In some
surprise
cases,
people.
right. In some cases, it is, you get what you pay for, but in other cases, you're just really paying for name and reputation. So,
Yeah.
it depends. But I get what you're saying. I just want to throw that point in there.
Yeah.
$400. I mean, 400 isn't cheap. I mean, if you're talking about scopes across the vast shooting community, I think $400 might get looked at as low end.
Oh yeah.
But still,
I
it's
agree with what you're saying.
nothing cheap though, as on an individual level. I mean, to me, $400 isn't cheap. If you're talking about like a car or something for $400, and that's obviously cheap. But
Yeah.
a regular scope to just go take to the range and tinker around with it, it's up there a little bit.
Yeah.
Something I was gonna take to war and backpack for so many miles or whatever, and bad condition. That's a different story. It doesn't necessarily have to be the most expensive thing, but you might want something a little better.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but as I said, if I was in the long range shooting, going to competitions, around the country or whatever, then it's a different story. Spending a lot of money on a good scope.
Or even one of them hunting excursions. You go up to Alaska and stuff like that. Shit ain't cheap. None of that's cheap. $400 for a scope might be cheap if you're spending 20-30 grand on a week. So I don't know. It depends how you're looking at things. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But anyway, I messed up I was telling this company seems to be, because they used this. I mean, I said I got mine for a deal. It was on sale, but they've gone. But I guess their quality's going up because they're coming out with some nice scopes from what I've been researching. So that's all I was saying. But I like my scope. To me, I mean, yes, if I look through a $3,000 scope and then look through mine and see a big difference, no. But I'm only shooting 130 up to 300 yards. The glass in that scope's good enough for me, is the way I look at it. And if I did happen to go hunting with it, I don't think I will because it's too damn heavy to carry. But if I did, around here, you're not gonna have a shot further than 300 yards around here. So now if you're going out west where the old elk is 900 yards over there, then you might need that. I mean, that might not work. So that's all I'm saying. But anyway, I'm boring everybody else, so let's talk about something else. Yeah, so I should be. I think I mentioned it last time, but my ammo squared, where I'm saving my buying my ammo monthly. I should have reached my target last month, but I skipped a month on the payment. So this coming month should take me to my $250 where they ship it for free. I should hit it this coming month. So I might go ahead and tell them to ship it. So
you probably should. 'Cause the rumors are the volcanoes are all about to go off or something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what's going around now. So I guess the Ring of Fire's on fire abnormally or something. So I don't know. If you believe what people say, it might be one of those 3 a.m. movie situations soon. So you might want your ammo.
Yes. And I mean, I need more than this 29 rounds of 308. I think
people are also ammo prices have gone down a lot. I don't know if that's true because honestly, I haven't gone and looked or bought in quite a while. So, yeah, I'm kind of curious if it is true. And obviously, that ammo place you're at, maybe you get more rounds now if ammo is cheaper for your $250.
But it's like anything else. I mean, if I bought 100, if I spent $100 for argument's sake, and I got 100 rounds at 308 of 308 last month for argument's sake, right? This month they've gone down to 90 cents a round. My 100 rounds don't go up. Is the dollar value has just gone down on them. Just like you're buying gas. If I put $3 a gallon in my tank this week or last week, and this week it's gone down to $2.89, I've lost 20 cents a gallon. The gas in that tank now is worth less than what I actually paid for it.
Right. But what I'm saying is it should be the other way around. Because ammo is cheaper, you should get more for your dollar.
Well, yes. Now, see, what I'm saying is if I buy when I get my quota for August, right, the price of ammo has gone down. So instead of getting 100 rounds for $100, maybe I'll get 115 rounds for $100.
Right.
It worked that
cool.
way.
That's wondering, yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's that way and it doesn't have you locked in when you first started making payments, which might have been in, well, prices were still.
Well, they were. I mean, they were
jacked up.
It was. I mean, I think I really when I first started, I think I paid. I think it was about $120 or $130 a round. Now they're around $1 or just under. I think I have to look. So
and
in that
sense,
I've lost money. What?
So you actually don't get charged until you cash out?
No, you pay every month.
Right. But as far as like
my money bought me 10. My money, say for argument's sake, bought me 20 rounds last month. Right? Now the price has dropped. This month, I might get 110 rounds.
Okay, so it goes monthly.
Which is only going to give me 210. I don't get extra rounds for what I've already paid for.
So basically, when you first started paying that first month, those rounds are already purchased at that month's rate. What ammo's going for.
Yeah.
So consecutively, you've been paying less. The same every month, but you get maybe an extra round here, an extra round there.
Yes. Or it might, but I mean, they've been going down. So I've been getting more rounds, but it could go the other way too.
Right.
I mean, all of a sudden, like August, it could jump to $2 a round. And I'm only going to get 50 rounds for my money.
Yeah, that would suck.
Yeah. But right at the moment, the price, I haven't looked since last month, to be honest with you.
So this is like any other kind of market. Like, you should cash out and then rebuy in. So you buy in low and then cash out when everything goes down.
That.
Actually, I'm talking backwards now. But I'd cash out.
Yeah. I mean,
because you get the most for your money now at this point, I guess. I mean, you paid it off monthly, but then you start it again or something.
And you can change, for argument's sake, like I got a bunch of 308, right? But I can trade in all those 308s. Say I paid $1 for them, for argument. I'm just throwing figures out there. I paid $1 a round for them. I decide to trade them in on 5.56, say it's only 50 cents a round. So I'm going to get double the amount of round. I'm going to get 200 rounds instead of just 100 rounds. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some chocolate milk.
Says cash out for what you have. Yeah, well, they offer free shipping at $250. And this, when I make my August payment, that should take me over 250. So that's when I'm going to cash out and get my ammo. Then start again in September when I make my payment again. Plus, what I like about it is I can sell all those 308s and buy something else for that dollar value of what I've got on 308s. You know, I can buy more expensive ammo, or I can buy cheaper ammo. I can buy something at the same price. It doesn't matter. Plus, you can, like last month, you know, I was looking at my budget and I thought, this is a bit tight. So I'm not going to make a payment this month. And they let you skip a month. And there's no limit to how many times you can do that either. It's not like you can only do that twice a year. You can do it as often as you like, which I like about it. So, oh, Grim wants to know, what were you making or drinking there? And that when you turned your camera on.
Hershey's Simple Chocolate Milk.
There you go. Hershey Simple Chocolate Milk.
Yeah,
That's what so he's drinking.
Regular whole milk and then the Hershey syrup. So
okay.
it's like it's a law kind of. I gotta drink a glass every once in a while to keep my complexion. Yeah.
Yeah.
Too long without some type of chocolate, I start getting withdrawals. Get a little shaky. You seen that Hangry commercial? I guess that's similar.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh well. Yeah. You know what? I'm down to drinking water only now. I told you I drink a cup of hot tea every day in the mornings. I went cold turkey. I quit a couple of weeks ago, and I haven't had a hot cup of tea in 2 weeks.
Woo!
All I've drank is water. No coffee, no tea, just plain. Well, I say plain. It's flavored water, but that's all I've been drinking.
Oh, water's good.
Yeah, that's what they tell me.
Yeah,
So basically, I've cut out the extra caffeine. So if I'm getting any caffeine, it's just what's naturally in stuff. You know, I don't know if caffeine a natural thing, or is it?
Well, I don't know. I think it's added to products like soda and things like that. Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, I drink coffee, obviously, a bit of coffee. Been cutting down on it because it's been so warm, obviously, and then busy. Water for sure, and do some of those flavor things occasionally. But that flavor stuff is sketchy. It's like taking the healthy part out of the water. When you start adding a lot of that flavor shit in there. So, well, don't do that a lot. I do that, occasionally.
Yeah, well, I do it all the time. To drink plain water, even spring water or bottled water. Just drinking it, yeah. But add a flavor to it, and then I can drink it all day long. What can I say?
Well, I don't know. It'd be better for you without it, but it's.
Hey, I gotta have some vices, for Christ's sakes. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't mess around with women. You at least let me have my flavored packets, for Christ's sakes. So I'm sticking with my flavored packets. I tried to buy the ones that say sugar free. Whether they really are or not, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I got these like Mayo Energy ones, and I don't know. There's like 4 of them sitting right here, but there's more of them, but the one I like, the one that's like lemonade, just disappeared. So a lot of things disappear around here. Got some Propel packs, which I don't like. I like the Gatorade ones, but uh, these Propel ones I basically, you know, got for the community around the house because I don't drink those, but it's got a funny aftertaste. Propel. I don't know what the deal is,
I
but
know what you mean. Yeah.
it's fine going down, but afterward it's like something died in your mouth or something. It's like what the hell? So I'm not a fan.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I've been watching a lot of YouTubes lately. I've been catching up on Bigfoot YouTubes. You know, no, but listen to me. We talked about this before, right? And I know people say bullshit and stuff. And okay, I think was it last year or the year before? I can't remember. I think it was in 20. Well, I think the latest is stuff they got is for 2023. Since 1970, I think it's 1970 or 1972 into 2023, there has been 10,000 sightings of Bigfoot or Sasquatch, whatever you wish to call it.
Where are you
Okay.
getting the numbers, Rick?
What?
Where are you getting the numbers from? That BFR
Oh,
organization thing?
No, from a different one. But
Are they backed up? Because a lot
everyone's been documented.
of people you can call and say they saw anything. I mean,
Yeah, but these have been documented. But where
you know,
I'm going with
I'm on
this
your side with this. I'm just saying,
is
there's
even
bullshit out there.
even if 75% of them are bullshit, misidentification or even
Mm,
a hoax, right? That still leaves a few thousand
yeah,
unexplained. You know, that's all I'm saying. And they've even got what I find strange is the science, trust the science, they keep saying. Well, there was a scientist. Her name was Ketchum, I think. It was a woman. She done DNA testing on, I think it was a couple of hundred samples that she had been sent over the course of time, and it shows that it was part human, part primate, and 5% of something else that nobody knows what it is. Of course, all the other scientists said, that's bullshit. Contaminated. Isn't right. They made a mockery of it because they don't want the truth out there. It's another one of these conspiracies. It's big money that is stopping people saying there is out there. You know? And you've heard me say it before. To me, it's the paper industry. The people who log the wood. Because if you got Sasquatch running around in the woods, people are going to want to protect their habitat. You protect their habitat, you can't fucking log it. Right? And that's $1 billion industry. That's all I'm saying, you know. So I've been watching my stuff, and you know, here in Indiana, we've got sightings here in Indiana, down here in southern Indiana, and you got sightings in Kentucky, sightings in Ohio, you know, sightings in Illinois. We're surrounded by them here. So why wouldn't you have them in Indiana? As I said, we're not flattened cornfields. Here in southern Indiana, we got some big old forests down here. You know?
they're people stake claims all over the place. I mean, they stake claims here, PA. So one of my friends, well, it actually turned out being his wife long term, but she referred to like the out in country on the back roads and whatnot. A lot of times on the property, especially if it's up a road a little bit, the power comes out to a pole. People get pissed because a lot of times you got to pay for the poles if you're getting the police doing it yourself. But anyway, uh, on the last pole, a lot of times there's a light attached when it's out in the country, and then they refer to that as the booger light. And this is, a lady from PA talking about it, that overhearing her, talking to the kids the one day about, don't go too far, stay close to the booger light. And I'm thinking, like, booger light, like, what are you talking about? And I guess that's a PA term for Bigfoot. So it's a thing, people still reference and refer to stuff like that around here. So it's,
I agree,
I'm obviously not near the city, and there is a lot of woods. So, people are saying they see stuff, but the problem is you got a lot of people that say they see a lot of stuff.
Absolutely. There's another one besides the DNA, besides the sightings. What about the thousands upon thousands of footprints? Yes, people can hoax those too, right? But they're getting footprints, right? People are going right out in the middle of nowhere, right? Where nobody goes, and you're going to go do a hoax and put some fresh Bigfoot footprints out, trying to fool somebody. How do you know anybody's going to go there? You know what I'm saying? You go 3 miles out or 3 days in one direction, make your little footprints, hoping somebody else is going to travel 3 days out to see what you did. That's bullshit. So some of those are true too. And you've even got scientists who say some of those prints are real. They take the cast of them, and a Bigfoot's foot is different to ours.
Yeah. And so, in some cases, though, you got to admit, some cases, especially like PA, there's probably a local blind guy, had a few too many drinks, forgot to put his clothes on. He's tromping through the woods naked. And, from a distance through the trees.
You're just jealous because mine's bigger than yours.
Yeah. Hey, Guns and Barbecue, how you doing?
You had to make it up. Like there's a blind Bigfoot because you couldn't believe what I was swinging.
I'm not saying that there's people out there doing hoaxes and get misidentification, but out of 10,000 sightings, not every one of them can be wrong. I'm sorry.
Well, my only hang up is everybody has a camera in their pocket today. And not only that, everybody has a high definition camera in their pocket today. But the best we can still get is some grainy footage.
It's like the mob. If Bigfoot sees you taking a picture, you're done. You're not getting out there.
I'm going to say, and I'm not saying I'm a disbeliever, but
if you're walking along the woods and a Bigfoot steps right out in front of you, you're not going to say, hold on a minute, let me get my camera out. You're going to be shitting your pants and trying to run the other direction. And so you can't get close enough to get a decent picture.
Even then, all these hikers and everything else that claim to have had a sighting and everything else, you got all these hikers that are going out with GoPros and everything else strapped to them just because, this is lifestyle channels, whatever the hell they call them. This is my lifestyle. I'm going out for a hike and, this is what we do. And, not one of them's encountered a Bigfoot, but everybody else does.
Well, that's when the government comes in and zaps your footage. So
Probably is.
all real stuff that gets popped up, boop, gone. You make a car that runs on water, boom, you're dead. Anything like that, home generation, no, you don't need the power companies, boom, suicide.
Yeah, like I've seen the stuff where they've had people analyze Bigfoot tracks and things like that, and they're like, "Oh, well, this is much more like a primate track, and with the way these dermal ridges are, and with this and that, this would be very hard to fake." And I'm like, really? Like, you can buy friggin' tracks to go on the bottom of your friggin' boot now to make your neighbor think the friggin' bear just went through the yard. Like, injection molding is pretty friggin' awesome these days.
Yeah, it's all right. You can be a disbeliever. It's all right. I don't mind.
Like I said, I didn't say that as a disbeliever. I'm just, it's the TV shows and crap like that annoy the crap out of me.
Me too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
To say, I'm sorry, but when you got a TV show, they just go out there. "Ooh!" Then off in the distance, you just hear somebody else make the same friggin' noise. Like, oh, that's a squatch. No, that's your friggin' buddy that's not on camera, friggin' down in the holler doing the same friggin' thing because you guys are a bunch of nerds that never had sex.
And then the spaceships popped in and it morphed into some orb thing that flew around, and but it had nothing to do with the LSD.
Yeah. Like,
But to say that, I mean, there's even
Or my prescription meds that they haven't had right.
there's even though we talking about the sounds and the noises, there's even tapes of noises, and they've been given to people, scientists who study sounds and stuff and that, and they can't identify them. That they either higher or lower than what a human can do. But of course, those scientists must be quacks because there is no such thing.
yeah, but just because it's higher or lower than what a human can do doesn't mean it's out of the question for another animal.
Yeah,
And just because
a bear, ate some pine cones and it's farting and it's deflecting like a silencer and coming out all funny sounding. You never know.
well, the thing is too, like you just went to an animal that's similar build and everything. Like, why has it got to be something that's similar build and whatnot? Like, I'm not kidding you. So I was probably 13, 14 years old, and I was out hunting. Whole family would deer hunt in the same area, and I heard a buck get shot. The reason I say I heard it get shot, not because of the gunshot, but because later on would find out that my cousin had literally shot the two back feet off. How I don't know if it's being that damn good of a shot or that terrible of a shot that you actually shoot both back feet. I don't fucking know. But either way, both back feet were shot off, and the sound that this thing made, it sounded like the fucking T-Rex out of Jurassic Park. I swear it to God. I mean, that's the closest thing I could equate it to was the T-Rex on Jurassic Park. I remember I was sitting there with my mother. When I heard that, I was like, "What the fuck was that?" If you were told that a deer could sound like that, you would say bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
But I swear it to you.
I'm not disputing you. I'm quite surprised that you guys, you people down there in Pennsylvania, all going wood, hunting deer all in the same areas, made you didn't shoot each other.
We're usually pretty good about that. Every once in a while, something goes whistling past you. I actually had that happen by the same cousin. Not joking. Not joking.
But anyway.
At that point, you just kind of try and get the fuck down and put your head behind a tree.
Yeah.
So you can tear apart a lot of this stuff, but I do think there's something to it because I've stated my story before. I think I've personally seen something. that just didn't fit, and it was like, holy shit. So, and it was almost like Rick said, that pulled a quick ass U-turn, and we got the hell out of there.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not a non-believer. Just a lot of these sightings and everything, I believe, can be fairly easily explained. Some of them, no, like it's pretty hard to explain them away.
Some people like to jump in on things, whether it's a class action lawsuit or whatever. It's me too, it's
Mhm.
me too type shit. So I don't know, but I think so almost all of this in some way could be picked apart. But I think if you've actually witnessed or believe you have, then it's a different conversation. But and then it upsets you in a different way because of all the bullshit. Like not like because you may witness something it didn't go down the way people are saying, but a lot of this stuff just seems crazy to me, and I think I've seen something. You know what I mean? But these people's stories seems absolutely crazy to me in a lot of cases.
Yeah. And a
I
lot
don't.
of people won't say they've seen them because of the bullshit that, people make fun of them.
Yeah, as I publicly, you can call me what you want. I don't know. I can't explain it, so I don't really know what to say. Maybe I'm a weirdo. I'm nuts. I wasn't drinking. I wasn't high. It wasn't like I just woke up at 3 a.m. and seen a shadow or something. So I don't know. It is.
Mm.
It doesn't fit any box I had, and that's the only thing that kind of pops up when you kind of think back on the moment. So that's all I can say.
Yeah. Now I'm just reading Woods here in the chat going, the woods do have dark shit going on if you're deep in the forest. Backslash Bigfoot's likely not. How do you know that it's not Bigfoot? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, shit
You know,
could be
out of
government.
all, no matter which you go through, whatever organization you look at or what thing you get online, there's been at least 10,000 sightings since 1972, right? Not even if you discount them, you only left with a few hundred. They all 10,000 cannot be wrong. It's a mathematical impossibility for them all to be wrong.
Well, no, it's really not a mathematical impossibility because if they're all hoaxes,
Yeah, but they won't. That's
because
what I'm saying.
then
There's not going
then
to.
they're
As I was
and they're all
saying,
the truth for hoaxes.
would you walk out 3 days out into the forest, make these plastic feet that you can put on the bottom of your shoes, make tracks going across the thing, and you expect somebody else is going to be out there and see them that day? Oh, look at these fresh tracks.
Would
Bullshit.
I? No. Are there people? Hell yeah. So there's people that friggin' make giant crop circles.
Some people think crack's good for you.
Yeah. Oh, Wood says no skeletons ever. Now I disagree with you. There has been skeletons, but the scientific world denies it. They say no, they're not.
Yeah, that could be a crazy person too. And when it comes to things like that, unless I don't even know if crazy can truly understand crazy, but a sane person doesn't truly understand crazy or why you do what you do, why you ate your kid.
Also,
unless you're nuts. So how can we understand?
Also, arguments, there's animals take the elephant for argument's sake. When the elephant's going to die naturally, it wanders off and nobody ever finds it. Just Bigfoot could do the same thing. And some people say Bigfoot bury them themselves, right? Now, there's graves out here where somebody's buried somebody. Eventually, might take a few hundred years, but eventually that body disappears. So there you go. And it's even been done if a deer dies within 7 days, 7 to 10 days, there is absolutely nothing left. It's been eaten, gone.
There's got to be bones.
No,
Got
it all goes.
There's no way. Bones take longer to decay. Like I would.
Well, there's things that'll eat them, but
situations maybe, but I don't know.
But at the same time, like I've been out hunting and come across whole skeletons where nothing's eating the carcass; it just rotted away.
Yeah, I've seen that a bunch.
Yeah. Anyway, this could go on forever, but it's quitting time. It's 8 o'clock already.
What?
Yes.
What's dinner?
Well, I've already eaten dinner. I made bacon and cheese hamburgers. I had 3 slices of bacon, cheese. I used American cheese too. I didn't,
America.
So I used plastic cheese.
You're supposed to go with cheddar or something. I mean,
3 slices of bacon.
It's not American.
I had to get rid of it. It's been,
Well, I mean, American cheese is a fine cheese for a cheeseburger. It's about the only thing it's useful for.
American cheese is good for cheeseburgers and grilled cheese.
Yeah, probably.
But anyway, lettuce, tomato. Oh man! Then I had them on
A salad.
An everything hamburger bun. You've heard of everything bagels and stuff, but an everything hamburger bun.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh man, it was good. I had 2 of them.
I love those bagels. Thomas or Thompson or whatever, everything bagels. Yeah, good, man.
We got them in hamburger buns, and I had those. Oh
and
man, it was
much
good.
for those for a pack of buns. What, you hit the damn lotto?
No.
Is that $1 pack of buns or what?
Hey, I got connections.
Oh.
Yeah. But
damn.
Now, mind you, I haven't had dessert yet. And I got, more than likely, I'm going to have some hot brownies with some ice cream.
No, you said hot brownies.
Hot brownies. Just out of the oven. Put them in the bowl and put some ice cream on top. Oh, damn. Make your tongue bat your brains out.
Yeah,
Don't knock it unless you tried it.
That's funny.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, we've gone through shooting, hunting, me playing with my scopes, Bigfoot, and food. I think we covered everything tonight. I didn't even touch politics because I'm not even going to go there. So I want to stay in a good mood. So there we go.
So you just touched Bigfoot. Now we got to find Bigfoot and ask him where on the doll did Rick touch you. Great.
Yeah.
So you got some giveaway question or something?
Oh, my quiz. Yeah, the quiz. Yeah, for where I'm going to do the drawing on the 6th of August. That's right. I forgot all about it. I'm glad you reminded me. I would have remembered after I finish.
Yeah, I'll send you the bill. Don't worry about it.
That's okay. Got it. All right. Where is it? Here it is. I think this is it. Is this the one? Yeah. No, that's it. Come on. Where is it? I know it was a real easy question. Oh yeah. That was it. What I want to know is I want to know the year, who made it, and what caliber, if you can, of the first practical metallic cartridge. When was it invented? The first practical metallic cartridge.
Practical.
Practical. That means it wasn't a one-off thing, they were made consistently. All right. That's what I want. Email me at rickslifeasiseeit@gmail.com or spottedrick@gmail.com. I got it off of Google, so that's the answer I'm going with. You know,
Rick is a deep researcher, folks.
I'm real deep. You know, it's amazing what AI and Google can come up with. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, yeah. So there we go. So email me with that by next. That's not next week, is it? No, we still got. That's 2 weeks away. Yeah. So you still got 2 weeks to get the answer in. And be honest with you, if I remember correctly, let me have. I don't think I've even got a correct answer in. No, I haven't. Not one person has entered.
Son of a gun.
You know. Well, I expect that, or sometimes I wonder why I, spend all this time researching, and nobody enters, But I do it because I love doing it for you guys.
Those feather muckers.
Yeah. Vanessa, I renew my carry permit in a week. It is good for 5 years. That's Connecticut, right? Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I don't know if you guys remember, any of you, when I first started doing this, I had, was it 7 or 8 different permits, carry permits around the country. Most of them were Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, Maine, and that was the main one for I could carry around New England where I lived. But when I moved out here, I let them run out, to be quite honest with you. Now, Indiana, I have a lifetime. They do a life one. It's constitutional carry here now anyway, but they also do a permit for reciprocity purposes, and you can get and it's free. All you got to pay, I say it's free. You have to pay for the fingerprints, and that's what the state requires, is to have fingerprints done by the Indiana State Police. But that's all you got to pay for. But the actual permit is free, and it's a lifetime one. So there you go. Now, there's a law they're trying to pass here, or they passed it. I can't remember because I read it. Was it last month or the month before? I think they're trying to pass it. Now, this is really weird. What they're trying to do is, like, I think Texas does it, one of those things. If you got a carry permit and you walk into a gun store, that passes for your 4473 because you've gone through the background check and everything to get your permit. Well, not only do they do the lifetime one here, they do a 5-year one. Now, if you have the 5-year permit, they let you walk into a gun store and use it as your 4473, but they won't let you do it with the lifetime one. Isn't that crap bullshit? So, I just think it's... Anyway, I've been waffling on here, and I'm getting out of here. So, you got any closing arguments there, New York Outcast?
If it does not fit, you must have quit. Eat a salad.
Yeah. That's right. So, how about you, Guns and Barbecue? You got anything? I know you're late in, but I'll give you a chance to, say anything.
I feel like Misfits Darling must always just say, I quit.
Okay. All
Cactus
right.
King, buy your cars new. If you don't, you're not American. Whatever the hell else Squibload would say. Go check his channel out. It's for everybody. Thanks for the invite.
No problem. No problem. And I want to say thank you to everybody for stopping by and listening to me waffle on. I really do appreciate it. And I'll be back next week at 7 p.m. Eastern, the only time zone that matters. So we'll see you all then. So good night, everybody. Good night, Sabrina.